What's up, man? It's your boy Jay, aka the Straight G, aka Mama. There goes that man again, aka I'm so disrespectful, aka the man by me name. How you guys doing? I just got through watching The Walking Dead first episode, and man, I got a feeling that this season is gonna be good, man. It's gonna be the best season yet. First and foremost, man, a lot of shit been happening. Basically, we seen Rick lose his humanity. We seen Rick go from one person to basically like I don't want to say he's morphing into Shane. No, fuck it. I'm going on the record and say Rick is kind of becoming a little more cold-hearted than Shane. And what makes me say that is, okay, they're all in a bar, right? Rick went to go find the farmer guy. They're all in a bar and they're all drinking. And you know, well, first, before I get into that, nothing really major happened in this episode. The only thing that really major happened in this episode is basically the cleanup from where the season left off last year after they shot all the walkers. And we just basically saw Rick lose his humanity. And I still hold to that argument because something in this episode made me see that Rick is a bad boy. But anyway, it starts off, I mean, Rick goes to find the farmer guy, and he finds him, and they're in the bar, and he's getting drunk, and the farmer guy like, you guys were plagued, I tried to do the Christian thing, I tried to let you in the land, and, you know, this and that, and, you know, you took over, and Rick's like, you know, you need to man the fuck up. He's like, your daughters need you now more than ever, and you over here feeling sorry for yourself. He's like, you need to man up, and you need to go back, and we need to lead. If only to give them hope, that's what we need to do. Pardon the light, you guys, I didn't have time to set up my, light, to bring my light, but Rick is telling them all this stuff, and as they're talking, these two guys walk in, and they're like, yo, oh shit, there is people alive. So they're talking and they're drinking and stuff, and it starts off as a civil conversation, and next thing you know, like, Rick and the other leader start like sizing each other up. They start sizing each other up. They're like, you know, Rick's looking at them, and Rick's looking, and Rick's the only one, I mean, Rick and Glenn, my bad, Rick and Glenn are armed. The farmer guy isn't armed, but, you know, Glenn isn't going to bust a grape in a fruit fight. Rick's really the only one who's armed. So they both got guns and stuff like that, and they're telling them where they've been and how the world is, and they're like, well, it doesn't seem like you two are holding up here. Now, see, this is where it gets interesting. Phone buzzing again. Everybody want to know. But this is where it gets interesting. They're like, you guys don't seem to be holding up here. Where you holding up? And Rick, like, you know, Rick's trying not to give him any information. And he's looking at the farmer guy, and the farmer guy tells him that they're in the farm. He looks at him like, why did you just tell him that? Why did you tell him that? And the farmer guy, once he looked at him, he realized, oh shit, I shouldn't have told him that. So then they keep talking, and then Glenn's giving them more information, and Rick just looks at him like, you just see me look at him. And Glenn like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have did that. So immediately they're like, well, you know, we're the leaders of our little group, maybe we can join forces. And Rick's like, nuh-uh, that's not gonna happen. And the reason why it's not gonna happen is the farm is kind of overcrowded as it is. All of them on the farm are really pushing the resources of the farm. As far as water, as far as food, it's just the right amount of people on the farm to, you know, make it work. So they're really pushing it on the farm. So Rick, this is where, and this is the part where I say Rick lost his humanity. Rick is like, no, we're not doing that. And the guy's like, well, I don't see why not. So make a long story short, the guy, they're on, and the big guy who came in with the leader, he's like, you know what, I'll shoot all three of you fuckers in the head and take the land. And Rick's cool and calm. Rick got his hand on his 6-shooter, some real cowboy shit. And the guy who his leader, like, nobody's shooting anything, we're all friends, we're just having a drink. So anyway, to make a long story short, the scene sets up between Rick and the leader looking at each other, and the guys behind Rick. And, you know, Rick got his hand on his gun. Rick is ready to put some shit down. And the guy takes out his gun and puts it on the counter to show Rick that he's not harmless. But there's another guy behind Rick with his hand on his gun. And he's like, I don't understand what would be the big problem. And Rick was like, listen, it's not happening. And the guy went to get some wine or whatnot, some liquor, because they were in the bar. And I guess the guy realized that, hey, there is no way that they're gonna let us do it alive. So he reaches for his gun. Rick puts 2 in him and puts 2 in the guy behind him. Some cold blood shit. Walked up on him and put another one in his head. Yo, that was some cold blood shit. That just goes to show me that Rick has lost his humanity. And one of the reasons why I say that is because, keep in mind, in season 2, the guys who Rick just killed, that was his group. That was his group. You know, that was his group. He begged the farmer guy to let them stay there. And now he just killed 2 people to protect it. So I'm deadly excited to see what next week's episode brings, man. So anywho, this is me, your boy Jay. I'm back, by the way. Oh, I'm back doing my little review things. You guys who watch it, leave some comments and tell me what you guys think. Not only that, leave some shows in the below, some other shows that you guys would like me to review and stuff like that if you want to or anything. So anyway, this is me, your boy Jay. I'm back, man. Every Sunday, this is where you can find me, man. So I'm signing off, man. Konnichiwa, bitches.